Hello crafty friends and welcome to my channel. I'm Adrienne Bosey of Alice Scraps Wonderland. In celebration of NSD this year, the Prima design team members were challenged to alter a paintbrush. It has to include either the color yellow or green, any Finnabair stencil, something shiny, either gold foil or glitter, and one unusual found object. I chose to make a yellow monochromatic brush, and I'll be walking you through my process in this tutorial video, and all of the products used will be listed in the description box below. I start by covering the entire paintbrush in gesso, leaving just the ends of the bristles free of paint. While you watch, let's talk about memories. Generally, National Scrapbooking Day is thought of as a day to celebrate scrapbooking, but it really is about memories. And I think any form of paper crafting in mixed media can be tied to our memories, whether that is the memories you make while creating your piece, or memories that you have associated with certain colors or elements of your project. So this NSD, don't be afraid to celebrate by creating any sort of project you want. As you can see, I'm sort of messing up the bristles of my brush here. I didn't have an old paintbrush to use, but I do want to give it a bit of that used appearance, and the gesso will help hold some of that shaping of the bristles in place. For my Finnabair stencil, I chose the Manor House stencil because it has a nice motif that fits down the handle of my brush. After the gesso has dried, I apply Finnabair modeling paste through the stencil onto the brush, including on the bristles. While the modeling paste dries, I work on the molds I'll be adding. I'm using the Wilderness Rose and Herbology molds from Redesign with Prima. I spritz the molds with a bit of water, then squeeze some liquid acrylic and ochre onto my work surface. I add a bit of water to the paint to help get it to flow nicely, then apply it to the molds, letting it pool in the crevices. For my unusual found object, I'm altering a plastic case that held extra mechanical pencil lead. I'll be filling it with gems from the postcards from Paradise Shaker confetti and adding some paper to it using the 6x6 in full bloom paper pad. I trim the paper to fit around the cap and then bend the long piece around to crease it. I apply soft matte gel to the back of the paper, then press it onto the cap. I do the same at the bottom, but this time I tear the paper a little on one of the long sides for some added interest. I fill the plastic case with the gems and then recap it and set it aside until I'm ready to assemble. Once the modeling paste on the brush is dry, I paint the entire brush with a mix of lemon peel and Snow White impasto paints. I cover all sides of the brush, taking the mix of yellow paint about halfway down the bristles. After that first layer of paint is dry, I dry brush the Snow White impasto paint over the entire brush, adding lots of the white paint to the bottom of the brush's bristles. Now that the paint on the molds is dry, I highlight the molds by brushing the metallic wax and celestial over the molds. I think adding this wax makes the molds look like golden and pearlescent stained glass. Now that all of my elements are ready, it's time to assemble everything. I use heavy body gel to apply the Herbology mold to the brush. Then I use the Wilderness Rose mold to dry fit the flowers that will go in between these two molds. I rip the green backs off the flowers. I'm using flowers from the In Full Bloom and Diamond collections. I also prep some memory hardware lace by cutting it up. Because I want these flowers to be stable for the next mold, I use hot glue to apply them and the lace to the brush. Then I use hot glue to apply the Wilderness Rose on top of the flowers. Using heavy body gel, I took a few more smaller flowers underneath that aren't supporting the mold itself. I add a large and a small flower on top of the rose mold using heavy body gel. I add my found object on top of the large flower using hot glue to make sure it grips and stays in place right away. I add a yellow butterfly from the In Full Bloom collection on top of the found object. I decided to add some sisal fibers under the large flower, so I pull it up and place the sisal underneath, then replace the flower. I'm adding gold glitter to my altered brush, and so I use a paintbrush to apply some of the soft matte gel to some of the flowers. Then I sprinkle the gold glitter on and tap off the excess onto a piece of paper to put it back in the jar later. Using heavy body gel, I add some of these Melange art pebbles that I've had in my stash for a while. If you don't have these pebbles, you can paint the clear pebbles with one of the Opal Magic paints to get a similar effect. I'm big on bling, so I add a few gold-colored memory hardware pearls using a liquid adhesive. Then as a final touch, I apply some of the yellow crystals from the In Full Bloom collection. And that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that it inspires you to create an altered brush. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, happy crafting!